Welcome to the build guide for a drone synth with sync based on a 4106 chip. Go ahead and get your breadboard ready and all of your components. We'll put our chip at 25E for pin 1, and then pin 8 is going to be on 32F down here. Next we'll take a red jumper for our power rail over here on the right. Go to pin 14. Same for ground. Power rail. Over here on pin 7. Next up, we'll take our small capacitor, the 150 nanofarad. Go ahead and put that on ground and on 25A. Then we'll take one of our 100K potentiometers. Put the center leg on 20, column A. Then we'll take a jumper from 20C to 25C. So the middle pin down to the first pin of the chip. And by the way, it's a good time to mention that there's a notch right here. Make sure that your chip is in correctly. That lets you know which way it goes. Then we'll take a 1K ohm resistor. It looks like this. Goes brown, black, red. That's going to go from 22E to 26B. Okay. Next, we're going to take a 10UF capacitor, 10 microfarad. Make sure you note the negative side. The negative side needs to go to 33G, and the positive side will go to 30G. Like so. Make sure your negative side is there. And then we'll jump from there to ground. From 33F, where negative capacitor leg is. And then we'll take another jumper from 30I to 35F. Then we'll take a 10K potentiometer. It's our only one for this project. That'll be centered on 37 here, the middle pin. One leg will be on 35, 37, and 39. Column K. Sorry, column J. And then we'll take a 100 ohm potentiometer next to it, 43, 45, and 47, so middle pin on 45. And then a jumper going from 37G to 43F. So the middle pin of that first potentiometer to the first pin of the other. Then we'll take a 100 ohm resistor. This one goes brown, black, brown. And that'll go from 45F to 31G. Like so. We'll take our switch that we've made previously. The middle pin will be 31J. That's my blue wire on this one. And then the other one will go to 20J over here. Either of these will be fine for that. You can't do this backwards. It's totally fine. It won't mess up. So now we'll take our diode. Note the black band. That should be going over here, where the switch is. So that's 20F with the black band. And then going over to 25D. That's pin 1 on the chip. Next, we'll take our last 10 microfarad capacitor. Note the negative side. It's going to go from 26C to 35C, with 35C being the negative side. We'll take a jumper next, go from 35E to 42C. Over to 42C. We'll add in our last potentiometer. It's 100K. That'll be centered on 40, so 38, 40, and 42. Next, we'll take our audio jack. Sorry, pin 2 is going to go to 40D. That's my yellow one. If you're holding it like this, it's on the left. And then the black one over here on pin 1, that's going to go to ground. This will be the middle pin on our potentiometer. Okay, and then over here to ground, doesn't matter where. All right. We have one more resistor. It's a 47K. This one will be yellow, purple, orange. That's going to go from 38C to ground. Does not matter where on the ground rail. Let's pop in there. Make sure everything's in nice. Okay. Okay, so now we can add our battery. Take a 9-volt and your battery clip. I'm going to keep the ground in with a little piece of tape. We can plug in to any sort of speaker system like desktop computer speakers or your interface. If you have an interface, any line level input will work for this. You can't connect it directly to a speaker. So just heads up on that. Okay, we are ready to test after we check all of our connections to see if this thing works. Check the pitch. Oh, I'm going to tape down the power as well. Okay, so I'm going to add some small pieces of tape and test it out so they don't pop out, right? All right, got a tone. The pitch. The volume, or gain. Doesn't get all the way down to 0, but I like to use it as gain staging. And then the sync, if we flip the switch. The coarse sync rate. Now you'll notice it cuts off there. If your sync rate is faster than your oscillator, you need to turn your oscillator up over here. It'll appear, there we go. And here's the fine tuning. So we go down back to audio rate and back up to LFO rate, and then let's go all the way down, see how long it gets. Right, and then we can go coarse, kick it back up, and then get into the audio rate. And that's like we have a sub oscillator, or a second oscillator going. interesting sounds that way. Now you could wire this up in other ways. So you could use this as a second oscillator. I've got many other projects. Let me go ahead and turn this guy off. I can show you how to do that. Now, you also have this capacitor, and this one can be used in place of this capacitor. If you'd like the LFO to get very long, you could just replace that one. If you're using a power supply, you'd certainly need to use one of these. Just connect it to the ground rail and then to the power rail, and it'll make an interesting effect as well with a battery as well. You'll get this interesting cutoff here, you'll see. Sorry for not using a red jumper here, but just had this one handy. Okay, I've ensured that's going positive to negative. Now you'll see that when we take the power out, get a fun little siren effect. Turn that up a little bit. So yeah, what happens there is the capacitors are draining. They save some power in there. It's enough to run it. I didn't put this in the right rail. That's why I don't put my power and ground right next to each other. Okay, very loud. Here we go. And you'll see when we turn it off that it makes a really cool siren effect. Here we go. Little spring jump or something. Anyway, have fun with that. There you go. Let me know how your build goes.